Welcome to Francis Reads the Bible. Today I'm moving into the book of Joshua. So today is the first chapter of Joshua. I've gone past this, but I feel this part is important. So after the death of the Lord's servant Moses, the Lord spoke to Moses' helper, Joshua, son of Nun. He said, "My servant Moses is dead. Get ready now, you and all the people of Israel, and cross the Jordan River into the land that I am giving them. As I told Moses, I have given you and all my people the entire land that you'll be marching over." It's interesting to note that God did not appear to Joshua face to face like he did with Moses. Moses saw God face to face, I think more than once. Yeah. So he's hearing God's voice. God is speaking to him. So now we don't know if it's an audible voice or if it's in his dream or whatever, or in his mind. Just God spoke to him. I remember before Moses died, God asked Moses to anoint Joshua as the leader, his replacement. I think I said it in a different chapter way back there. I always wondered why he didn't transfer to Moses' children. Moses had sons. Like I said, then I think it's cause, well, I'm sure you'll find if you're following, if you've been following, then I'm sure you know why, or my thoughts on why I think it didn't pass from Moses to Moses' sons, but instead from Moses to Joshua instead of his sons. Then your borders will reach from the deserts in the south to the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the great Euphrates River in the east through the Hittite country to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. Joshua, no one will be able to defeat you as long as you live. I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will always be with you. I will never abandon you. Be determined and confident, for you will be the leader of these people as they occupy this land which I promised their ancestors. Be determined and confident. Frances, be determined and confident. God will be with you. Because I'm sure Joshua was like, Moses has led these people even before I was born. You know, he was alive then, yeah. But Moses has led these people, and people have known Moses for over 40 years now. Moses is all that they know. How would they look upon me? Will I have the same wisdom? Will I have this? Will I be able to do all that Moses did, even a one quarter of all? So many thoughts, so many thoughts. When you have to step into the shoes of a great man or a great person, it's it's mind, what's the word? I'm trying to find the right word. So you have doubts, let's put it that way, which is why God is telling Joshua, be determined and confident. I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will always be with you. I will never abandon you. God is trying to reassure Joshua. I think I should say this. This is Joshua 1, 5, 6. Very nice verses. Be determined and confident. So, Joshua, and see, God is repeating it again. Just be determined, be confident. This second time, God is telling him, be determined and be confident. And make sure that you obey the whole law that my servant Moses gave you. Do not neglect any part of it, and you will succeed wherever you go. Be sure that the book of the law is always read in your worship. Study it day and night, and make sure that you obey everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Remember that I have commanded you to be determined and confident. See? Third time, do not be afraid or discouraged, for I, the Lord your God, am with you wherever you go. God is not a man that he should lie. God just had to say it once, but he knew Joshua needed reassurance. There was so much doubt. So you see, he repeated it thrice. Be determined, be confident. Then in verse 7 again, be determined, just be determined, be confident. Again in verse 9, be determined, remember, not that I told you, I have commanded you. It is an order for you to be determined and confident. It's not a choice, it's an order, it's a command. God had to tell him 3 times to remind him to be determined and confident. And then also repeats that he's going to be with him wherever he goes. He's not alone. Don't be afraid or discouraged. Then Joshua ordered the leaders to go through the camp and say to the people, get some food ready because in 3 days you're going to cross the Jordan River to occupy the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Joshua said to the tribes of Reuben and Gad and to have the tribe of Manasseh. Remember these people, they've gotten their own land already. Their own land is before the crossing of the Jordan. But Moses, okay, because I'm sure Joshua is going to repeat it. Moses made them promise or vow that they were not going to, that the husbands, the men, will leave the wives and the children behind and follow their fellow Israelites to make sure those ones got their own lands too, or as well, before they came back or they come back to occupy their land with their wives and children who will be there already waiting for them. Remember how the Lord's servant Moses told you that the Lord your God will give you this land on the east side of the Jordan as your home? Your wives, your children, and your livestock will stay here, but your soldiers, armed for battle, will cross over ahead of the other Israelites in order to help them. Yeah, so now he's reminding them, like I said, until they have occupied the land west of the Jordan that the Lord your God has given them when he has given safety to all the tribes of Israel. Then you may come back and settle here in your own land east of the Jordan, which Moses the Lord's servant gave to you. So these ones, they have their own share of, land of Canaan already. Like I said, they vowed, they made a promise. So now they're being called upon to honor what they said they were going to do um, to Moses, as in before Moses died. They could have just said, no, we're not going to do it. Moses is dead now. Why should we? What's the. Yeah, but they'll have to honor it. Then they answered Joshua, we will do everything you have told us and we'll go anywhere you send us. We will obey you just as we always obeyed Moses. And may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Whoever questions your authority or disobeys any order of yours will be put to death. Be determined and confident. See, you see this still this saying be determined and confident. It's not God. It's not through the mouth of God, but it's still God speaking through these people. It's acting like a confirmation for Joshua. Like what God told him 3 times. Now he's hearing it again from these people. It's like to me, as always, are my opinions, aside from reading what's in the book in the Bible. To me, this is God speaking through them, giving Joshua a confirmation that yes, you really heard from me. Be determined and confident. It's like when you hear something from God or you feel you heard a word or something, and then you might be watching a movie or someone will listening to something somewhere or someone on the street or you just meet up with a friend, next thing person just sees the same thing like, oh, wait, what? So yeah, that's what's happening here. A confirmation. Yes, you heard right. Be determined and confident. So now God is speaking to me. For me, God is speaking to these people again, telling Joshua, be determined and confident. The same way I was with Moses, I am going to be with you. They repeated it here. And may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Be determined and confident. So interesting. As always, I'm no pastor. I'm just a Christian, reading her Bible. I hope this inspires you to read yours. God bless you and goodbye.